Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a specific turning point in my life, specifically one that came to me when I was entering or going into my sophomore year of high school. These are my two little sisters and my audience members, and this was the only way I could figure out how to have clear audio in my video. And I'm standing and I don't have anything recorded. So today I'm going to talk about like who I was before the turning point, uh, what exactly like the turning point is, and then I'm going to talk about why or how it changed me over the years. So first, I was 14. I was going into my sophomore year of high school. I hadn't really been, or I wasn't really like striving for much. I was like a straight C student. I didn't really have like a lot of direction per se. Uh, it was also like the summertime, so I was chilling. I think the most like team oriented thing or like direction thing that I ever did was join the badminton team. That also helped a lot, like change me. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. So what we're going to be talking about is when I joined East Communities for Environmental Justice. Um, so prior to joining East I was going into school thinking that I wanted to go to medical school to be a doctor. My dad always pushed me to find like a short career path, which is like funny because being a doctor obviously takes a very long time, but like a short career path either in like the medical industry or the computer science industry. And those were my two options going into it. And I didn't really have like a passion for it, so that's why I wasn't trying very hard in school. And I put in a lot of time and effort into sports, specifically badminton. So around my summer of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, my cousin Carla texted me saying that her best friend was forcing her to go to this event called the Fighting for Life Academy. And essentially, what a Fighting for Life Academy is, it is a 5 or 7 week like program where they will essentially like teach you the basis around environmental racism and what ESART stand for. So she obviously didn't want to go alone, so I went with her, and that was my first ever meeting with ESART. And like just to give a little bit more context around the organization. Sorry, I'm sitting tired. So what ECR Communities for Environmental Justice is, that's the full name. It is a nonprofit that helps fight environmental racism. And just a quick synopsis of that, it's when communities of color are disproportionately affected by environmental injustices, such as like a refinery being built next to them or any large polluting infrastructure. So after joining that academy, I was introduced like it opened the window to a lot of different things, and I think one of the things that kept me there was just like the food was really good for the whole week. So I had like dinner for I had dinner for 7 days, completely provided, and then I also had like just the information was just so like valuable and so different from what I had heard about the environment previously. It was very like environmental science to me was just like about saving the trees or polar bears or making sure that climate change wasn't very like climate change is like still a big issue, but obviously there's a lot of different lenses that you can see climate through. So now that I've told you about who I was and then what eStart is, I wanted to tell you about where or how it changed me specifically. So through going through eStart, I then started a club at school, and that brought me out of my comfort zone because I was forced to talk to other students like during a join a club day to try to join the club, and mobilizing youth to get into like essentially get involved with like their environment and the things going around them in their community. So I was able to kind of learn how to public speak because I'm a very like shy person. But over like the past couple of years, because of Eastart, I've been able to overcome my shyness and actually like speak in large rooms, like in the communications class that we have every Friday. Uh, Another thing that has changed me like internally was I didn't really care about much like many other people other than myself, and I was always looking for a way to personally like get myself farther and not really like push other people with me. But now because of that and all of the mentors that I've made from being a part of ECR, I have learned that I actually like care for other people and like have a bigger vision of uplifting different things other than just myself. Like, well, obviously want to uplift like, communities of color, my family, like people in Eastern. I want to like uplift them to make sure that everyone has like not only like clean air, but also is like equitable and has what they need in order to get by. So I think that's one of the major ways that has changed me, and it's also changed me like my career direction. Before being a part of Eastart, I wasn't really sure passionate about anything, but after being a part of them and them teaching me their ways and how to be an organizer and how to like plan events and the like environmental justice movement, I now realize that it's my passion, and that's what I'm majoring in college, and also what I hope to be doing in the future, and hopefully facilitate some kind of change in the world, or at least locally, when it comes to communities of color being disproportionately affected and a bunch of other things. But yeah, thank you.